Real talk. She's so cool, and she rocks. Darling Piere, name is Darling Piere. Let's go. She's so cool, and she rocks. She's so cool, and she rocks. Real talk.
Welcome to Real Talk with DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS. I am DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching, for streaming, and definitely for listening. Please do your due diligence and share our show with everyone who you know would love to hear what we're talking about. What do we do on Real Talk? We get real. We talk to individuals, business professionals, people in any and every industry, and we get to know them beyond their industry hat that they wear. So welcome to Real Talk with DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS. I am DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS. We'll be right back.
Bookkeeping, payroll, taxes. When these critical business services are well managed, you'll better manage your workload. At Economic Solution Services, our firm provides top-notch professional accounting services, business consulting services, and back-end management to small business owners. Whether you're a sole proprietorship, corporation, or nonprofit, call us for high-level customer service, guaranteed results, competitive pricing, and a dynamic business relationship. Schedule your free consultation today.
Welcome back to Real Talk with DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS. I am DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for subscribing on our Facebook page, and thank you for subscribing on our YouTube. You asked, how do I subscribe? ESSI Consultants. That is our platform across the board. Pinterest, IG, Snapchat, you name it, we're there. ESSI Consultants. So what do we do on Real Talk? Real Talk is an opportunity for us to go out in the community, or as you can see today, I'm in studio, and talk to people. Get to know them beyond their career. Get to know them beyond their role that they play in our community. So today I have a guest with me, and he's going to peel back some layers of the onion so we can get to know him, not just the hat that he wears that helps pay the bills. And he wears many of them, as most, like all of us do. So Randy, welcome to Real Talk with DERLINE Pierre-LOUIS.
Thank you, Darlene, for having me on this show with you today.
So you're in the hot seat.
I think I am.
I hope your wife will forgive me. Because we're about to peel some layers of onion, okay?
I hope my eyes doesn't run water.
Your eyes won't water because we've already gotten to the core of the onion. You know when you get to the center of the onion, it's a little sweet?
I did not know that.
Ah, because you got to keep peeling.
Always
you
learn
get
new
to the
things
center.
with you. Always learn new things
Listen,
with you.
that's my motto. I make sure that I'm learning something new every day, and I want everyone around me to do the same. Because if we don't stimulate our brain, like I tell people, I'm not going to suffer from Alzheimer's, okay? Because my brain will be finding something to learn. So Randy, enough about me. Let's talk about you. So your name is Randy Pierre.
Yes, my official name is Espérant Dieu Pierre, but I go by Randy Pierre.
Your government name?
Espérant Dieu Pierre.
Okay, all right, but you go by Randy Pierre.
Randy Pierre.
Okay, so Randy, tell us a little about you. How did you come to be in our office, and how did you come to be in the profession you're in? What's going on? Who are you?
Well, I'm Randy Pierre, born and raised in Haiti, and I have moved here several years ago, and trying to really see where I can fit into the business world.
Okay.
And then I went into the real estate industry and get going there. And then during my work and people that I meet, and I heard about you.
Okay.
And I was excited to meet you.
You were excited to meet me? Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't think anybody is going to say that.
I was excited to meet you, and I met you for the first time. I was really impressed.
Okay.
I obviously have seen the level of professionalism, and this is what attracted me to you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I thank the person or the people who referred you to me. And I'm sure they referred you to me because I love connecting with other people. I love helping other people find their true calling. Because right now you can be in real estate and your pathway, your calling, your desire, your purpose could be along the line of real estate, but something bigger and further, you know? But you might need the real estate knowledge and the expertise and the experience and the discipline in order to get there.
Well, that is true. Obviously, I'm in my 50s, and for the past 40 years, and I've been working into humanitarian work and Christian work.
Exactly.
In fact, I'm a minister of religion.
Yes.
I worked as a pastor for many years, and
Okay.
then recently, various situations caused for me to be here in the United States. So I wanted to really see where do I fit, what can I do.
Okay.
And as you know, nobody can try by themselves. So talking to people, and I heard about what you do, and getting to know you is just an exciting time for me.
Well, I'm going to say I'm honored, and so are the women in our office. Listen, I'm looking into my camera, and I'm sending some kudos out to Randy's wife. Thank you for sharing him with us. Because when Randy is around, we are protected, we are safe. So the women in our office, that's the way we feel. My ladies that are not in our office, that are working virtually, you'll have the pleasure one of these days after tax season when we do our company party, virtually for you, sorry, for you to get a chance to meet this fabulous man. I guess you can say fabulous, right?
Yeah.
Fabulous is usually used for women.
Yeah.
But this honorable man, he makes sure that we are protected. He makes sure that we are treated like ladies. When we're leaving, last time we're leaving the office really late, it was 2 of us left. He left a good, I want to say 5-10 minutes before us, but he knew we were packing up, and he waited in his car until he saw us get in our car. And I absolutely love that. And I think one of your callings should be for you to teach these generational men here how to still be chivalrous, how to still be courteous. And we don't have to be in a relationship, you know, a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, but as a man, you play a role to protect.
Well, I've learned this through my father, who is a minister of religion also, that he provide and protect us.
Yes.
As young kid, he always makes sure that we have what we need. He always makes sure that we are safe. You know, in the 80s, there was an opportunity for my dad to just leave Haiti and come here. He looked at me and my brother, who were very young, he said, I can't do this.
Because
I'm not going to leave my young boys.
He needs to raise his young
Exactly.
boys into young men.
And he stayed around until long enough when we became young adults, then we started moving.
Okay.
So it is something that was ingrained into me because my father ensured that we were provided for and that we were protected, and it became just natural out of me.
And in a relationship, women, so you know I'm in the office, I'm a bulldog. Like one of the young ladies in the office calls me a pit bull, and I forgot what the dress was, something. She calls me, I don't know. When I remember, if I recall it, I'll share it with you guys. But she's, oh God, now it's bothering me. But anyways, what she says is that you see what you're going to get with me. I'm not two-faced. I'm not, I either like you or I don't like you. But even if I don't like you, I'll work with you, but I'll let you know, listen, you have this much time with me. But if I like you, I'll go this further to where my fingers can, you know? And the reason I like people too is because I see you trying. That's what I want. Because yes, you're not, I don't want to be around leeches. People that just want to come and clink onto you and suck you dry. But it's a dance, it's a give and take, it's a win-win situation.
Well, the reality with you is that you are very meticulous.
Yes.
You do things according to principle, and you are very efficient in what you do. Anybody that is wasting your time is not going to stick around you. Your time is precious, and you are very meticulous. You get into things and get to the matter of the matter and get it done. So, even me, I'm learning from you.
You saw our deal with IRS yesterday at the office, right?
Yes.
I had to call 3 times because I wanted to make sure.
And you're very persistent.
Yes.
And consistent. You do not let things just go up and down. You want it to be done right.
I want it solved.
No shortcut with DERLINE.
No shortcut.
You need to come straight and get it done right.
No shortcut. The reason too is because I don't like to work hard. I like to work smart. I want to come in the office. My goal is a 4-hour work day, and eventually it's 4-hour work week. And eventually it's 4 hours work month. So in order for me to do that, I take step by step everything that I'm doing. And you see me, I always have one monitor open. Anything I'm working on, I'm making notes. So that when somebody else comes in, like if you go to the office tomorrow and I'm not there, and you want to prepare a corporate tax return, you should be able to pull up the binder that says taxes, go to the tab that says corporate tax return, and go step by step and do it.
Well, what works well with you is that you prep yourself before you get to the matter.
Yes.
You know, my mom, you know, I grew up into the villages. But before my mom cooks, she makes sure she has everything in place.
Yes.
You know, and this is what you do. You make sure that you get. I remember you were telling me you got all your documents. You know, do you have all your documents? And then at the point where if I come to one place and say, where is that document? You take a deep breath.
And we send you an email with the document list. When you're making your appointment, we send you the document list. And when you come to the
show up
office
and they're not there, you're wasting time, you're not being efficient, then you take several deep breaths, you know, which I appreciate because you could have let it out.
You know what I have to remember? And my sons teach me that. You said you have a brother, so
Yeah.
you know what it's like to be
Yeah.
in a sibling relationship with brothers. And so my two sons, they teach me that. And I'm still learning. I'm a work in progress. God is not done with me yet, okay?
Are you?
He's still chiseling away at the rough edges.
I thought you were that close to perfection. Because I said it myself, you are a perfectionist.
But you know what? Perfectionism has a negative connotation, and I don't like that.
That can be.
So
That
I
can
like
be.
the more to use meticulous.
I used that word just before.
Yeah, I like that word better because sometimes you can want something to be so perfect that you sit down and do nothing.
Mhm.
That's not me though.
Mhm.
I'll work with what I have. So if I ask you for 15 documents and you bring 12, I'll work with the 12. But when you come back for your follow-up appointment, I need the last 3. Don't even make the appointment if you don't have it. And if you don't have it, let me know ahead of time because you probably don't know how to get it. Or maybe it's something we have to recreate.
Well, the thing is, you're not demanding. You're just wanting to make sure that we use our time very smart.
Yes.
That's the thing, and it makes sense. It makes
Listen,
sense.
I don't know where I learned this from, but it stuck with me like white on rice. We can lose all the money we made. Let's say this past year we made $300,000 and someone comes and they steal it. Or you made a bad investment. You
Mhm.
bought a house and you didn't buy the proper insurance.
Mhm.
We're going to get into your real estate world, okay?
Mhm.
We didn't buy proper insurance. And so the house got caught on fire. Or better yet, flood. Because a lot of us Floridians, we feel like because we don't live next to a lake, because we don't live next to the beach, we don't need flood insurance.
Real safe.
But there's certain areas, if it's too much rain, the streets will flood and it'll come up to your
house.
door.
Yeah.
So you want to protect that.
Florida is flat.
We're flat. Listen, I think we're sinking. I think we're underwater. They just don't want to tell us. They don't want us all to move at once. You know, they don't want to tell us that we're underwater already. But yeah, the scenario is I don't have the proper insurance. Now this flood comes in. All my furniture is damaged. I didn't properly insure my furniture in my house. So now instead of replacing all my furniture, I can only replace the living room. So if I have 3-4 bedrooms of furniture, nothing.
You could lose the money and get it back, but your
I
time,
can make that money
your
again.
time is gone
Yeah.
and it's gone.
That time is gone. And you know what's even more precious with time? Every single one of us are gifted 24 hours.
It
Or
depends
12
on how you
or
use it.
12 hours because I watched this video yesterday. They're saying it was not really a 24-hour cycle. It's really 12 from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But anyways,
Right.
whatever it is, 12 hours, 24 hours, we all have the same number of sunlight hours and sundown hours, okay? How you manage your time, how you allocate your time. You know, I have a chart. Oh, you've seen my board.
Yes.
So I have a chart and I do my best to try to stay in that urgent and important. And so when I'm in the urgent and important, I'm focused. That's when little interruptions bother me.
I got a question.
Yes.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I'm like, did you look through your notes? Did you research it? I want to be your last resort. You know why too? I don't want you to be dependent on me. And I do that with my clients. Oh, Miss Darlene, I got this document. Did you open it? No. Did you read it? No. How do you know it's not a check? As soon as I tell them that they open it. I say read it, because sometimes you get a document, there's a time sensitivity to it. Time sensitivity.
Yeah, also usually the very important messages are hidden in fine points. We look at the document.
We looked at the document, right?
I shared it with my wife last night. She said, really, look at this.
Yes, yes.
The fine points are there and they are very important. They could
Yes.
help you to make decisions that will cause you to win or
Yes.
lose money.
Listen, those fine prints, that's why they call them fine prints. Before you get into a binding contract, know your rights. And we're going to get to your world. Binding contract.
Yep.
Real estate
Yep.
is a binding
Yep.
contract.
Yep.
You can't buy the house today. Today's what? Oh, April 1st.
Mhm.
You can't buy the house today and then change your mind in 5 days or a month.
Nah.
Guess what? You have that mortgage.
Exactly, you got to do
The
it.
down payment is not coming back. It's
Yeah.
non-refundable.
Once you close, you close.
You close. But now there's ways, we'll talk about that. There's ways that you can get out of that contract,
Uh-huh.
but we'll talk about that. So let's go back to
Always
you, and then we'll bring it back to your real estate profession. So Randy,
Tell me.
you grew up in Haiti, you have a brother, you're the oldest?
Yes.
Okay.
Oldest of 9.
Ooh, okay, your parents were busy.
My mom has 6 girls and 3 boys, and I'm the oldest.
6 girls
And 3 boys.
and 3 boys.
Yes.
So you're the oldest.
Yep.
That explains it. No, it does. Because, guys, the protection we feel when Randy's in the office is just, even in the class when we're doing the tax preparation class. And it wasn't just me. Even the lady that owns the facility, she said she felt it. And then the other 2 ladies that were in the class,
my
they felt that. Listen, and we had to tell you. You know, we wanted to give you your flowers while you were still alive so you can smell them, you know?
Appreciate that.
So it shows. We never felt uncomfortable around you. We didn't feel degraded. We didn't feel like we're women and we need to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen type setup. You respected each one of us in our different professions, because each one of us were in different professions. And what's most important about it is your laughter. Your laughter is contagious. And it was so funny that one of the other ladies, her husband to be, who's not her husband, he has the same name with you.
Oh, yes, you're Randy, exactly.
So I'm going to share a little funny story
Go
with
ahead,
you, right?
Go ahead.
So you sent me a text saying, is it okay if I come by the office or something, whatever. And I saw it. You know how I do, right? I start typing and then I get interrupted and I don't finish. So I thought I sent you the text. And then I got a text from her, and she's like, Randy wants to talk to you. And I'm like, why is Randy talking to you to tell you this? And you know me.
I know.
So I text her, and I'm like, why is Randy reaching out to you? Because, you know, she was your protector. Because I was hard on you.
I know.
I was really hard on you. So this young lady was Randy's protector in the class. And so I said, why is Randy reaching out to you to talk to me? She's like, my Randy. I said, oh. I said, because Classroom Randy sent me a text just a few minutes before you asking, can he come by? So she's like, oh my God. So she called me. She just, you know how she is.
I know,
She called me and just started laughing. I said, so you called to laugh? She's like, yes, I gotta go. I'm busy at work. I said, okay, bye. So I like my work environment to be fun. Right now it's a little stressful because this is the first time. Not even the season. This is the first time I don't have people in the office.
Okay.
Remember, I've been doing this since '96. I've always had people in the office. So my system is set up for someone in the office. So if I meet with a client, I review their tax return. The next step is to make sure we're paid. So I had somebody else who took care of that. Pay the return, sign the return, we submit the e-file, you know? And then that file gets put into pending e-file. And when we check the return and it's been accepted or rejected, we have a process. If it's been accepted, then we print a copy for the client to pick up, or we email them a copy and we ask them, do they want a physical copy? So we give them both. If it's been rejected, we find out why it's rejected.
Get back to it.
No, if it's something we can fix, we fix it. If it's something we need from the client, because sometimes the return's rejected because the client didn't give us their their PIN number,
Mhm.
you know, the IPP PIN.
Uh-huh.
That's nothing we can fix. We need that from them.
From the
They
client.
probably forgot. We didn't think to ask them, or the previous year's tax return did not have an IPP issue, but now it does. Something could have happened between 2023 and 2024. So, with you in real estate, so your father could not leave you guys behind because he realized his presence is needed to make sure
Yes.
that you guys are raised properly. So that speaks wonder to you.
And I'm forever grateful to my dad because in the 80s, people were just trying to leave Haiti and get to the United States for
Yeah.
better opportunities.
Yeah.
And two things happen. Young boys that are left behind, they either become a wild because the parents are in the United States sending money, and then they get attracted by girls and they could be sowing the wild oats all over. You know, and that
Okay.
probably is a great thing for me because I probably would have had kids in my communities all over. I have 3 kids with my wife. We've been married for 32 years, and it's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, so I know other kids whose parents made it here in the early 80s, and then they become like the prince of the village.
Of the village, yeah.
And then they're going left and right and have
Because
kids
they
here
have
and
they
there.
have US dollars coming in.
And they have not only, and they have Nikes, they have all
Yes.
kind of shoes and a
Yes.
big radio boombox, you know. That
Oh
was
yes! Oh my God! The
the
80s
boombox,
are true. The
exactly.
big
We have the
boombox
boombox you carry around.
Yeah.
You look so cool.
and the Jerry
and,
curl.
and girl is telling you hi and bonjour, thing like this.
Yeah.
So that was a blessing. At that time, my brother and I we were not happy.
Oh, you guys were not happy because you wanted
we wanted
the
to get that
US dollars
position,
coming in. And
not
Nikes.
knowing the damage that could have done
Yeah.
to us. You know, so
So that's one. What was the opposite? What could have happened? You said 2 things could have happened.
yes, either we could, and the other thing that happened, because most young men knew that the parents are here and they will soon be coming here, they had lose
Oh.
interest in school.
Oh.
Said, well, I'm going away soon, you know, forget school.
Oh wow.
School is not easy. Sometimes you go to school with no breakfast, and the pews
Yeah.
are hard, you know, and then
Yeah.
you're sitting into a small
Wooden
room.
pews, yeah.
So all of that makes it a little bit not comfortable. You've got to be determined to learn, and
Yes.
you've got to have an objective in life.
Yeah.
But if you know that your dad is abroad, maybe in the next five years you'll be going. So most
Yeah.
kids say, you know what, I'm not going to school anymore. I'm going to wait for
wow.
my day to depart.
Okay.
And so these are the two things that could happen. But
Negatively.
negatively. I mean, nothing is wrong for your parents to, you know, get you here because there's better opportunities here.
Yeah.
But the other thing that happened, just a small minority understand that. Let me press on my education.
Yes.
And when that day happened,
yeah.
I will say bye and continue over here.
Continue over here.
And what
yes.
has happened to those that left did not really get interested into school. When they get here too,
It's harder.
it's even harder because
Yeah.
school is not easy anywhere.
Well, you don't speak the language, so that's the first
Exactly.
barrier.
Exactly.
And if,
Exactly.
And if what people don't realize is I've had the opportunity to speak with people like you and other people who finished their schools in Haiti. And what I realized is a lot of the words, we were talking about that, are almost similar. It's just pronunciation is
Yeah,
different or
yeah.
spelling is different.
And yes, and also there is a lot of phonetics is the same because you
Yeah.
pronounce word, but there is a lot of differences into, you know, all the semantic charge, you know, the meanings of stuff and the way they are pronounced. I'm a linguist, you know, by
Yes, I
profession,
know.
so,
I love
we
that.
could talk more about that even in another program.
Yeah.
But it is really exciting to see the opportunity that this country offers, which cannot be compared with what we have back home.
Yeah.
So for me, as a young boy growing up into the village, you know, in the Artibonite Valley and Grand Rock, and it was my father as a preacher, so I was like a PK, preacher's kid.
Oh, Lord,
and
yes.
that also makes people, they judge you, you're judged in a different standard.
Yeah, you're the goody
There's an
two-shoes.
expectation, you know, you cannot, every kid can say certain things,
But
but you
not
can't.
you.
You
You're
can't
the
be
pastor's
the real,
kid, yeah.
you know, so it's been a great opportunity from the village, you know, to Port-au-Prince for high school, and then from Port-au-Prince to Jamaica, and then I ended up going to East Africa. I spent 13 months in Nairobi, Kenya for more training.
So let's go back to Jamaica. Because when I went to Jamaica, you told me you have to go to Ocho Rios and you have to go to where?
Yes, Ocho Rios and Dunn's River Fall.
Dunn's River Fall. Okay.
You climb the fall.
Yes,
And
because that's where
I met my wife.
you met your wife.
On the fall, we were climbing the fall. We were both in the same school, and then we had an outing day just for excursion. And then while we were climbing the fall, it's kind of a challenging thing. And then at one opportunity, I gave her a hand, and I pulled her over.
Such a gentleman.
And so when I touched her, I was like, this hand feels good. So I think I'm going to keep that
You're
hand.
gonna keep that out here, and he's a clown. Oh my God! Yes, he's a clown.
So that was that. This is when it struck.
Yeah.
And then I knew it, so I persisted. She's from Trinidad,
So
we.
So you're from Haiti, she's from Trinidad, and you guys meet in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Don't you love this?
It is a really very great time. So I even went to Trinidad to seek her parents' blessings.
Oh, nice.
Her brother was not very happy. There was a lot of pushback from Haiti. You want to get my sister? I had to pretty much, court him.
You had to court him because
And then at the end of the whole thing, he's like, "Man, you're a good young man. I like you." So he called his wife. He called his sister. Said, "You've got
he's
my
a
blessing."
keeper.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
But so
congratulations.
it's been great. We have 3 kids. And we've had 32 beautiful years together.
I haven't spoken to her directly, but there are times you've been in the office and you needed to reach out to her, and I know she appreciates the discipline.
Do I want to go there? I don't know if I want to go there, because when I talked to you about how time is precious, she said, I would be on the speaker talking to you. She said, she's right. Time is precious. I was like, whatever. She's right on your side. She told me she wants to meet you too.
We gotta meet. We're gonna meet.
She wants to meet you.
Because listen, it is such an honor. The work we do is hard. You're helping put people in houses, and in order for you to put them in a house, their taxes have to be done right.
They have to.
Their budgeting.
They're all linked together.
Everything is linked. We're one big
the
happy
loan,
family.
the income,
Yes.
the credit level.
The credit, yes.
All of this is linked together. So.
Yes, and we need to work as a team. So there's a philosophy in marketing that says, who has my ideal client or my ideal customer? And I know you went to a marketing seminar or webinar today, right?
Exactly.
You were in person, right?
Yes, in
so
person.
was it webinar? Oh my God.
I've got one going on Thursday also.
Okay, good. And one of the strategies they tell you is networking, connecting with other people, but it's got to be a win-win situation. You can't come in, you see how this finger is shorter than that one?
Exactly.
You can't come in and for us to not be this. We have to be this.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to overlap each other. I have a client I'm working with who wants to buy a house. I'm going to say, well, you need to speak with Randy, because Randy is going to say, based on your credit score, based on whatever else he needs, this is how much you need, because you need 2 years of tax return. This is what you need in order to qualify.
To get your pre-approval from the loan officer,
pre-approval.
and then we could find which property you want, what do you want it.
Where.
Exactly. And
are you finding that you're encouraging people to move outside of Palm Beach because it's gotten so expensive?
Well, what's happening from here where we are in
Palm Beach County?
Just Palm Beach County, but people that are in south of us, Broward or Miami, they want to move this way.
Oh Lord!
And if you've got something to on the market for sale right now, you need to lean to south, because more people in the south need to move this way. People that are here, they want to go north. More people around here want to go. So there's a migration happening. People are migrating because the south is almost saturated.
It's overly saturated,
and it's extremely expensive. You could buy $300,000, like 3 or 4 bedroom in Vero Beach for for $300,000, but here you can't find this in Palm Beach County. So people they're moving north.
Okay.
So if you get something to sell right here, it is very difficult to get somebody from up north, Vero Beach, to come down this way. It's easier. You should aim your marketing toward the south, because people from the south are moving up north, and people here in the north are moving even further north.
Okay, so let's look into the camera. I'm used to us having 3 cameras, but I was told we only have 2. So I think this is the camera you'll look at right here, the one that's got both of us on there. And just give the people a little strategy, a little tip. If they're looking to buy, be comfortable with the changing of location. And if they have kids too, they need to look into the school system. So go ahead as the professional in the realtor industry. So talk to the people.
Well, owning your own home is a great thing. It's good for you to temporarily live in a house where you're paying the rent monthly. But everybody should really aim and try to plan and get your credit built together. Your income. And start thinking about owning your own house. It's a great dream. It's a great thing. You feel comfortable. This is your home.
And it's an investment.
Exactly. And then so if you're renting right now, you don't own your own place, you should start thinking about it. You should talk to a realtor that could let you know what are the requirements, what is the process.
Yes.
You may not be able to do it overnight. As you just said, at least you need 2 years of good income, you know, to have your good credit, you know. Your credit can be repaired. It doesn't matter how bad it is.
Yes.
You know, you could find, you know, a good accountant like Miss Derline. She will help you to, you know, to help you put your portfolio together
yeah.
so that you would be qualified. First, you need to have an evaluation made by a loan officer that would you be pre-qualified, you know, pre-approved for X amount. And sometimes people just want to buy a big house, you know. I mean, big house is great, you know, in terms of value, but sometimes it's even harder to manage and to maintain.
When you say big house, are you talking about square footage, room, or what are you talking about?
All of this. It could be the square footage, the number of rooms, and then the yard space, you know, all the landscaping that you have to take care of, you know. Some people don't like HOAs because they control everything. You own the house where the HOA pretty much control everything.
Listen, that HOA, you can have your house paid for, that HOA can still foreclose on you. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And I think they've gotten out of hand.
It is, yeah. I mean, I personally, as a realtor, I do not like, but I don't have a choice. You know, sometimes that's where you are and that's what you've got to do. The current property where I occupy right now, where I live, you know, there's an HOA that pretty much control everything. Yeah. If you park your truck in the wrong spot, the next morning it is booted, you know. So
they boot it. They don't give you a warning. They don't give you a ticket. They boot it.
You come in the morning, going to work, and you can't go.
Oh my God.
You know, so dreaming to own your house is a great thing, and I encourage everybody to think about that. You know, start getting your, control that credit card. You know, sometimes
that credit card,
impulsive purchase. You go out there, do not intend to. Oh, this is nice. You just swipe the credit card. This, you've got to control the expenses, because
and that's where the budget comes in.
Exactly, budgeting and keeping your, you know, living within your means. You know, once you start, you know, going overboard than what you own, then you get yourself into big trouble, and then you need somebody like Ms. Derline to help you go back and bring you back together. And sometimes you may even need to cut a credit card. Just cut it up, because if you don't need it. So
how can they reach you? Because you're giving great information. Somebody's gonna like you like we all like you at the office. So give them your name, give them your business name. I know you're working on that, because we're rebranding.
Yep.
So you're rebranding. So just give your name for now, your phone number, if you have social media platform, how they can reach you, or email, how they can reach you.
I am Randy Pierre, and I can be reached at 317-376-3203. I know it's like, why 317, not 561? I have been with my ministry past. I was in the state of Indiana. So 317-376-3203. You could reach me. I'll be happy to talk to you about, you know, if you want to buy a property, or if now your thing is to find a place to lease or to rent. I can help you find a good place to rent and lease that is with a good price, you know, and find you the community that could be the stepping stone where you could, from here you could move into owning your own place. You know, please do not just keep on paying somebody and, you know, making somebody investment get bigger that you could get for your own, but you need to start somewhere. I encourage those that are watching this program to think about, you know, owning your own place, and I will be happy to be a realtor. You know, I could be reached at epyourrealtor@gmail.com or 317-376-3203.
So EP your Y-O-U-R Realtor, REALTOR. So it's 2 R's.
Yes.
That's why I'm spelling it. EP your Realtor at gmail.com. Okay, so let's talk about you, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
That's for sure.
Like, and trust. So now that they're watching you, listening to you, streaming you, they know you.
Yes.
They know a little about you.
A little bit.
Eventually they'll like you, and then once they trust you, they'll give you their business.
Exactly.
So let's help them learn to know you more, and eventually trust you and give you that business. So you said earlier you left Haiti, you met your wife in Jamaica, but you were studying there. You went to ministry school, right?
Yes.
Okay. And she was also in ministry school.
Exactly. We were both in ministry school. And after we graduated in Jamaica, we worked there for 2 years, and then we moved to Nairobi, Kenya.
Nairobi, Kenya. In Africa.
In Africa, in East Africa for 13 months. You know, where the Kenyans tell us, Karibu Sana, which will welcome.
Karibu Sana?
Karibu Sana. Karibu Sana.
Oh my God.
So it was a great time. We enjoyed Africa. We enjoyed all the sukuma wiki, which is the food, maziwa lala, which is the fermented milk. You know, they have. It's really nice. It's really nice, chapati, and we started learning Swahili and could communicate. When you go to the market, if you said, "How much is this?" They said, "Well, this must be some British guy, some British, African British guy, so they charge you more. So it didn't take me long to say, Ngapi iko, which means how much is this? I said, oh, shilingi kumi, shilingi tano. This is the amount, how much it costs, you know. So
because you're speaking their language, they're like
exactly.
they can put a rule over you.
In fact, they thought that I was a Kikuyu. Because based on your face, if your skin look a little bit light and your nose is straight, not flat, and you're not dark, they said, well, he may be a Kikuyu.
Okay.
I said, well, no, I'm not a Kikuyu. I'm a Haitian. Oh, you mean you're an American? I said, no, I'm a Haitian. He said, no, no, don't tell me that, because you're from the American continent, then you're an American. I said, no, I'm a Haitian. He said, you are between South and North America, so you're a Caribbean American.
Oh, they still want to put you...
And the logic makes sense.
It does. Because that's how they
say, you don't call me a Kenyan, you call me an African, because I belong to the African continent. So you've got to agree that you're a American Haitian.
Yeah, you're Caribbean American Haitian.
I said, well, I won't fight you, but I'm a Haitian.
You want to go to your roots?
Yeah, so it was a great experience being in Kenya, and now I'm here serving. So I hope that I will be able to serve somebody, help somebody to get to their own place, and I'm learning a lot with you, you know, in tax and you know.
And I'm learning with you too. So you left Haiti, went to study ministry in Jamaica, met your beautiful wife, had your 3 children. Well, before the children came, you guys got a chance to go to Africa.
Yes, we went to Africa.
For 18 months. And then you left Africa and went where?
When I left Africa, I went back to Haiti, Cape Haitian.
You and your wife went back to Haiti?
To Cape Haitian.
Oh my God, how did she adjust? That's so cool.
It was the first, well, before we get married, I took her to Haiti just to see what it looked like.
Okay.
And I said, are you sure you want to do this? She said, yes.
So that was 30-some years ago when Haiti was Haiti. Like my mom liked to say, Haiti was Haiti.
Yeah, I mean, I could just take a very small car and drive from Port-au-Prince to Saint Mark and cross the Pont Sondé and then get to my village and go back to Jean Denis and all of this Café. So that was such a great time for her to visit my parents, you know.
Good.
And I remember it was mango season. We ate a lot of mangoes.
Oh my God.
Real mango, Haitian mango, Francique, mango blanc, Jean-Marie, all those great things. So, and then she liked it. And then I went to Trinidad and saw her place. They have a different culture. The Trinidad is so cosmopolitan. There is so many nations, I mean, races. Indian.
It's melting,
Yes, it's a melting pot.
Melting pot.
You find your Indian and they're Spanish from. They're very close to Venezuela, and so. There was a lot, so it was a great time visiting, and then we said, you know what, I think we can do it. So we died in August 1st, 1992. So our first kid is 30, and our only daughter is 26, and the second son is 21.
Okay.
And they were born here, so it was kind of planned and organized that they were born here so that they will have the privilege that, you know, that I did not have, you know, being from there. So this is where my family is from, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. So how did you end up with an Indiana phone number?
I used to live
I'm trying to get into your ministry real quick because we're running out of time.
I used to live, I mean, after I get my training in Nairobi, Kenya, I came back to Haiti working for a Christian organization called Campus Crusade for Christ. And I was there showing the Jesus film.
Yeah.
In fact, anybody that watched the Jesus film, if you go to YouTube, put Jesus film Creole, my voice is the narrator on that film.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to go check it out. I didn't know that.
I narrate that.
Listen, we're sitting among stars here. Excuse me, Mom. Well, it's an honor to meet you, Mr. Voiceover.
We did the synchronization of that film, which when the film existed, but we needed to bring our language Creole. They dub it in Cape Haitian in the studio, and I did the narration, and then I've got all the various persons that play the role of Jesus and all the role in the movie. We brought them together. We had a good time. So if you could, go to YouTube, go to Jesus Film Creole. Film Jesus Creole, and then you will hear my voice. Parce que it's me doing all the narration.
Okay.
You know? So,
well, we have to have another show so we can bring you back on. We got to keep peeling the layer of the onion.
You said you're so right.
I did
you
say
knew
that.
exactly what you were getting into, Miss Jolene. It's really an honor for me to be with you on this show, and I look forward to continue to work with you because it's a good thing for me.
I feel like we are doing great things, and we're going to be doing greater things this year. I'm not even planning into next year. This is the first day of the first month of the second quarter in 2025.
Exactly.
So we got to make it happen. We got to make it happen.
That's a very good day.
So our time is up, and I would like you to look into the camera again. give your name, give your phone number, give your email, and if you have any social media handling, give that so people can reach out to you. Not only to go YouTube, Film Creole, what is it, Jesus Film Creole, to hear your voice and the dubbing. I'm going to do that. But also to reach out to you, even if you're not ready to buy real estate yet. Sit with someone. Get the information that you need and you start. Maman toujours dit, you fix your bed before you before you're sleepy.
Yeah, that's a
My
good
mother
Haitian
always
proverb.
say, yeah, it's a good Haitian proverb that says you fix your bed before you get sleepy. So when you're, yawning and tired, your bed is already made. You just throw yourself in there. So look into the camera and help somebody make their bed.
I'm Randy Pierre, and you could reach me at 317-376-3203 to talk about how you could find a good property to rent or to buy. Wherever you are right now, we can work out something. We could start the process to help you to become the owner of your own dream house. And I am on Facebook, YouTube. I also have a YouTube channel, also on Instagram, Randy.Pierre. So hopefully I'll be able to get in touch with some of you. Will reach out to me, and I will be able to help you to start the process of owning your own home.
Give your phone number.
317-376-3203. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Randy Pierre.
Thank
We
you,
call
Ms.
him
Randy
Randy. Randy Pierre. So Randy is our guest today on Real Talk, but he can be found at our office. So if you're looking, we have a team. It's crazy. We have a team there to support you. So when you call the office, not everybody in the office speaks Creole, so please put your little broken English together until you can get to somebody who speaks Creole, because Randy's not in the office all day. He's out and about showing homes and going to webinars. Not webinars, marketing meetings and seminars. But this was Real Talk with DERLINE Pierre-Louis, and my guest was Randy Pierre. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for streaming. I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening. Please share this information that you get. If it benefits you, please make comments. Please share it. Please tell others about it. Have a great day on purpose.
Bookkeeping, payroll, taxes. When these critical business services are well managed, you'll better manage your workload. At Economic Solution Services, our firm provides top-notch professional accounting services, business consulting services, and back-end management to small business owners. Whether you're a sole proprietorship, corporation, or nonprofit, call us for high-level customer service, guaranteed results, competitive pricing, and a dynamic business relationship. Schedule your free consultation today.